Hi everyone. I have a new channel. I have an old channel that has a lot of my art videos on it. I'm going to try to import them over to this channel if I am technologically savvy enough. If not, I'll be starting from here on out. I have a flip here of book 3 of my Midori Traveler's Notebook. I made the insert myself. Didn't do that great of a job because you can see the cover is not extended past the pages, but it worked for me and gave me an idea, you know, for other inserts and whatnot. So yeah, it was fine. And I just put this piece of scarf flick type yarn around it to hold it. And I've also sealed my books with contact paper. So I will try to get through this as quickly as possible. I have about 11 minutes to film on my phone. And here we go. Yeah, so I usually put when I begin and when I end. I like to use, you know, quotes and flipping out. And I like to also put what's going on too. And I use pictures. Like I said, I have another channel that has my previous flips. It has journal flips clear back to like 2009 or something. And so I've been on here for a while doing this kind of thing. Just recently decided to finally get another channel just for art. So yeah, I had this like note card and I cut it in half, and then I just made them flippies with pictures of the restaurant that I had went to that particular day. I like to use these currently things. I think these come from Happy Planner. I'm not sure. I got them from my daughter, so I don't know for a fact. I like to use distress stains, although on computer type printer paper it just soaks right in, so not too cool. My photos of me and my grandson, I like to use in the background things, packaging and things like that, just because I can see that I bought some kind of a pen, and it doesn't have to be all the way visible. I just like the ephemera of my life to be in my inserts. So here's just a day at the park when it first started getting warm. Talking about something that happened, a murder down the road. It was terrible. This came from the tag of my Ramones t-shirt that I had, so I just stapled it in there. I like to sketch in my books. I have copies of old photos. This is my dad, and I just copied it on a library copier because I kind of like that grainy type of look, and I don't have a copier at home. So me and my daughters, we love making Bitmoji stuff on the app. So this is a Bitmoji of my oldest daughter, and I just printed it out because it was so cute. And then we had in April we had the pink full moon, and I always take pictures of that. So here I have a paint chip, and I like to make my paint chip poetry. So it says, early spring mornings taste like toasted almond. When you step outside onto the wet, quaking grass, nighttime dreams begin to dissipate like swirling smoke, and your heart becomes warmed like applesauce cake. Memories of you will always be as clear as china white. And of course, it's not good poetry, but you know, it's just, it gets your mind kind of thinking in the creative zone. And it makes you more, you know, open to different types of thoughts coming in. So I kind of like that. Here's where I took a note card and I just cut it down a little bit and attached it, and then I could use the whole thing as a journaling spot. My daughter made a photo of her face in all the Teletubbies, and I literally laughed so hard I was choking, so I copied that. And here's some things from a Chinese restaurant. This is some packaging from, I think, some incense that I bought at Five Below, and that was just so pretty I had to cut it out. So you can see that my style is very eclectic. It's just a lot of different things. Oops, that's Elvis is glued in there. I love Elvis. And Elvis has nothing to do with teapots or a wax tart that I got. Nothing to do with it, but I don't care. Because literally these books, you know, when I'm gone and my kids have them, just, you know, what was Mom thinking about? Maybe Mom was having tea listening to Elvis. Oh, that's cool. Let's read what she did that day. I have my actual to-do list in here. And I don't mind. I enjoy the process so much that it doesn't really matter to me exactly what is in here. So much so that it came out of me. You know what I mean? And here's where I took all of my two daughters and I also have a son, but he doesn't take a lot of photographs, so I have to kind of go with what I have. But I put us in this app at Photo Lab. Yeah, I think it's called Photo Lab, and they have really cool different edits you can do. I put us in there and made us like Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds is what it reminded me of. So I put these. Got them from the Dollar Tree. They're stars, but they're kind of like gem stars. Sorry, that won't focus. Some more clothing tags or something that I had. Here, let me try to focus. Here we go. Some clothing tags or something that I had. Oh, here's where I was like deciding I was going to wash a lot of my things by hand and then hang it outside in the spring, air to dry. Now you can see my stars better with my focus happening. Made a gratitude list, just trying, you know, when you feel crappy and it's just not a good day, it helps to start thinking of really all that you do have. It sounds hokey, but it really is the truth. Oh, we started going to our local drive-in converts into a flea market in the spring and in the summer. And we love going there. We get up super early in the morning and go down there. And I pick up a lot of DVDs there. Some that are hard to find, and I've like had them on my wish list on eBay and stuff. And I've actually found them at the flea market. So I did get a couple ones that day, and I was just, you know, kind of jotting down which ones that I got. So I spelled prophecy wrong. These come from a calendar that my daughter had given me for Christmas. It's like 365 different adult coloring pages, so I like to play in those. Oh, those are a really great gift. Mother's Day came. Then I had this pizza. It was a pear and blue cheese. It was so delicious that I decided to keep the packaging so I would know to buy it again. And then this is just a bunch of random things, because sometimes, like I said, that's what I do. I also do I do tarot readings for people online, and so sometimes you'll see different thank yous and stuff that I've gotten in the mail. This came from a book of just inspirational type quotes that I ripped up, and I used them. So did that. These are from that Photo Lab place that I was telling you about. My two grandsons. The baby got his first haircut, so that was neat. Yeah, and in the warmer days, I break out the blender and I start making smoothies all the time. And we have smoothie every day, so I don't know why, it just feels summery to me. But then we started with planting, or I did, and I started gathering up my seeds and stuff, and have a little journaling thing in there. But yeah, I attached the packet and made a little pocket so that you can write some private things in there. And I really enjoyed journaling or gardening this year. I mean, it was probably the most that I've ever done, which wasn't a lot compared to some people, but it was so much fun. Beautiful spring sunset. This is People of the Laundrette Part 2. If you are coming from my other channel, then you know I tend to sketch people in the laundromat, which I call the laundrette, because it's a reference from the Boys Down the Hall or Kids Down the Hall or whatever that show used to be a long time ago. They called it the laundrette. And so this woman was the coif, And she was daughter of Quaff. I guess that's how you say that word. I don't know. But yes, that's what I do to amuse myself in the laundrette, is draw the peoples. And sometimes I just like make them. Obviously he didn't look like that, but you know. So, yeah, I got some other thing, you know, picture from many moons ago. Just some simple things. I like to just, you know, sometimes I just wanted to put pen to paper, and there's another card reading, thank you card. And, you know, it doesn't have to be a lot. It just could be a few lines of what I did that day, or what I'm thinking, or a poem that I made, or a little sketch. You can save all these little bits of your life, and it's amazing what it all turns out to be in the end. So here is like a toy box house that I bought, which was neat. Some sketching, photos. My phone is going to turn off, you guys. I'm so sorry. I wish I had more space on it. And then it turned to summer, my garden. I'm just going to keep going until it turns off. And I will see you guys back here, hopefully, for the next insert flip, which is not going to be that far because I seem to go through them kind of fast. And I'm probably going to make my videos on my computer for this channel, because I know for my other channel that my